$100 bill in the middle of the freeway. It's just sitting there. Busy day. $100. The idiot is the one that will be like, $100? He's gonna jump for that $100 bill. And what's gonna happen is a semi is gonna, and then you're like, you idiot. You didn't see these cars coming at 70, 80, 90 miles an hour? I saw the $100 bill. Well, you're not gonna get the bill, and you're gonna be dead. And if you're not dead, you're gonna be in worse condition of broken bones and, you know. This is the pleasures of dunya. You see what's in front of you, pleasure. But you don't realize death's gonna come. You don't realize that in the end you will have to answer to Allah, that you have Jannah and Jahannam. And if you don't realize it, or you ignore it, or you don't want to think about it, it will still come. You can mentally not think you're on a freeway. You can be like, it's not a freeway, it's a deserted island, I'm by myself, I'm just gonna go get that $100 bill. When that train hits you, or that car hits you, or that semi hits you, you'll realize you were still on the freeway. You can think death will never come to you. You can think there's no day of judgment. You can think there's no Malik al-Maut. You can think whatever you like. When Malik al-Maut comes and rips your ruh, it's still gonna come. So think through that. After this tragedy, this hardship in the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, according to the ulama of Tariq, in about 3 months. 3 months after that, Khadija radiallahu anha died. Khadija radiallahu anha, the great support for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the comfort for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Wallahi, I cannot think of a better example for our sisters than women like Aisha and Khadija radiallahu anha. You know, today we have a movement called the feminist movement. How many have heard of the feminist movement? Raise your hands. Yeah, you live in America, raise your hands. You have heard of the feminist movement, right? You've heard about it a little bit too much, I see. The feminist movement wants to set up different examples for us. One of them is a fashion designer. And this is somebody that is promoted by the feminists. I'm not going to mention the name because they're not worth it. But a Muslim was promoting this, a Muslim feminist was promoting this as an example. And this woman, she was from France. And she designed designer clothes and handbags. Her handbags are very famous, her purses. No need to mention the name, not worth it. But Muslims were promoting her as a great example. Kafira, fasiqa. But they were like, look at her. In the 1940s, in that male-dominated time, she made her own fashion company, and she made it work, and she made this company woman-owned. But what they forgot to mention is she was in France when Germany took over. And the Nazis, in 3 weeks, took France. And what did she do? She closed up shop, and she went and shacked up with the Nazi. History. I looked up her biography. You can look it up. And she supported the Nazis in ways that I don't want to mention. Huh? That's somebody you want Muslim women to look up to? Somebody who had such illicit relations with such evil people? She's your feminist role models? No. If you need role models to show what is the role of a woman in Islam and the honor of the woman in Islam, then take the one that Allah sent salam to her. Khadija radiallahu anha, Allah sent salam to her. Imagine the honor of somebody that Allah Rabbul Alameen sent salam to her. Khadija radiallahu anha was that comfort when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam needed it. was that backing, was that support when the da'wah was not supported by anybody. A pious wife. And as they say, behind every great man is a great woman. And there is something to that. And if you look at Isa ibn Maryam, you see the nurturing mother of Maryam alayhi salam. If we look at the great scholars like Shafi'i and Ahmad, you see great women who were their mothers that supported them. When we look at Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, you see the likes of Khadija radiallahu anha. And even today, if you see some du'at or ulama, there will be a great woman that will have supported them, whether it's their mother or their wife or their daughter. There will be somebody. Because that's the nature of man. They can't deal with everything outside and then come home and deal with the fights at home. They have to have that support, that backing, for them to be able to then take on the world. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, in the hadith in the Musnad of Imam Ahmad that is Sahih, he praised Khadija radiallahu anha, said, she believed in me when everybody disbelieved. She trusted in me when others distrusted. She comforted me with herself and her wealth and her life. She was a woman of intelligence, of piety, of humbleness, a loving and supporting woman. A woman that Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam came and said that Allah sent his salam to Khadija radiallahu anha. The death of such a woman, one of the greatest women in the history of mankind, was a great hardship that the Prophet ﷺ went through. A woman that as long as she was alive, Rasulullah didn't marry anybody else. She was the mother to all of the children of Rasulullah ﷺ except one. Without Abu Talib, without Khadija radiallahu anha, now the Quraysh had nobody to stop them from their dhulm. And there is a hadith that Ibn Ishaq has mentioned, Al-Tabari, Ibn Hisham, Al-Qurtabi, Ibn Hibban, Al-Baghawi, Ibn Kathir, Al-Bayhaqi, and others. But the hadith is mursal, and there's irsal in it, even though you will find it across the board. But I want to always be open about these things. Where Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, after this time, he was going, and the Quraysh, they sent the fools, the low lives of the people, and they threw dirt in the head of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam loved to be clean. He was a very clean person. So as he got home, his daughter started crying, cleaning the hair. This is not the same as when the beard of Rasulullah was being cleaned in a different hadith. Here Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he told his daughter, "La tabki, don't cry, my dear daughter. فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ, verily Allah, مَانِعْ أَبَاكَ, that my Allah will never forsake your father. And don't worry, these hardships are upon us, but know that Allah will never leave us." And we should take a lesson from that. Sometimes in life, we're going to go through a hardship. Sometimes you're going to be tested. You're going to be attacked. You're going to be cancelled. You're going to be mocked. But Allah is with you. Allah is giving you an opportunity to shine. He's giving you an opportunity to earn those high levels in Jannah. At that time, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam could have broken. He could have said, "That's it. Why am I going through all this? My uncle just died, my wife just died, I got no support, people are throwing dirt on me, they're trying to kill me." Forget it. Like today, sometimes when we get mocked for being Muslim, or for wearing niqab or hijab or abaya or beards or any of this, sometimes it makes our hearts constrained. But you got to remember, Allah is with you, and Allah sees you, and Allah is testing you. What are you going to do? Are you going to be a man about it? Are you going to be a real woman about it? Are you going to say, "This is my hijab, this is my niqab, this is my abaya, I don't care what you think. This is my beard, this is my short thobe, this is my Islam, I'm Muslim, you can do whatever you like. This is how I roll." That's an alpha. That's a man.